Honestly, if advice were to be money, I'm sure every one of us will be rich by now. With, oh, you know what? Don't go out when it's cold, when it's raining, this and that. This can cause cold. No, injections are stronger than drugs. And I mean, it's, I'm sure by now every one of us should get rich. This is Inside Healthcare Podcast, where every voice matters. My name is Sims, and I have with me Ifeoluwa.
Annual Chris.
This is Inside Healthcare Podcast, where every matters. Okay, the thing is, I actually thought I understood this topic of medical myths, but then when I started reading about it, I felt like, ha, we needed someone to just help us clear some things. So we had to go to a very far place to look for to get a professional, someone that is in it, that live by it, and that has seen it and has texted. So we have with me our amiable guests. Welcome, sir. You're welcome. Please meet our guests, sir. Pandemic sake.
All right. Good morning, everyone, wherever you're looking. Our names. Viewing us from at this time, I'm Idowu Olufemi Joseph. From Nigeria here, where I practice Oyo State. Thank you very much. I'm a public health enthusiast. I community health practitioner. I'm a medical laboratory scientist by profession, and of course, uh, by religion affiliation, I'm a Christian. And I have a good, wonderful, gorgeous wife and beautiful children by the grace of God. So it's a privilege to be inside it. I might just say it's an AK, so where every voice matters. So that's really capture my. So thank you for having me on this podcast to be. Well, thank you very much. I hope.
Welcome, sir. So, sir, yesterday we were talking about medical myths and versus science. And like I said, honestly, I thought that was the studio thing. Was not it's even looking see by the on this camera internet. So if we talking about medical myths and science, if for a layman, I mean, we know probably because we are organizing it, so we know just a little. But for people that do not know, never heard about medical geek or science, what should come to our head immediately? So now let's come.
Well, when we are talking about medical needs uh, versus science, it's more or less bridging between the what seems to be generally acceptable, but it's not uh, scientifically backed up. It's common, maybe entrenched based on, by traditions, by cultures, by religion, affiliation, and the likes, and people believe it is true. Whatever you believe is true, that is not proven, is still a myth until it's backed with fact or proven by one ideology that is socially accepted. Because some faiths are not really proven by science, or is socially stable in terms of our accessibilities and how real, how consistent. Because even science is weakened with consistency. So if it is not consistent, even science cannot be said to be a good thing to rely upon. So whatever we rely on form the basis of our decisions, what we do on daily basis. So when we are talking about meat or medical meat, we are talking about in the line of it, talking about something that is affecting people's head that we believe to be generally true, acceptable even based on misinformation or little information people have about some certain things. And that forms their judgment, how they behave, how they react, how they accept even any new innovation. So those are the kind of the background I can give around what we call the meat, a medical meat. And we have a whole lot of them. Okay, we have a whole lot of them. And in fact, there are growing ones All right. Like let me just chip in this concerning a Yoruba man. All right. When there are some times when your mom or dad will tell you, don't eat at the entrance. All right. That when you eat at the entrance, you will get hungry quickly. Yeah. So, don't sit on a mortar. You understand? So these are myths. They are not proven. Maybe something happened to somebody at that period of time that formed their belief system. So the same thing has to do with the medical interventions or uh, uh, whatever we do medically, maybe to save life or thereabout. People believe that there are certain things that they form to be true or is not. All right. So I don't know whether I should hang on that or we should cut it.
There's it on some this ones. All right. So why did this particular meat survive? Like why did it survive strongly in Nigeria and they do in other places? Even though science has already given us the lights to some of these particular meat, but they seem to survive more in Nigeria and not even other places. Why is that?
Well, thank you very much. I want to say that even in Nigeria, we are transitioning. Let me first start from that. Our earth science, or science as it were, is even transition. We are advancing. We're not where we used to be. But the fact remains that while this transition is going on, some still want to hold on to their general traditional ethical beliefs or religions bias or cultural acceptable ideologies or norms. So that is one of the things that's drawing us back. Other people have left, but we still seems to be holding on to those beliefs. So interventions, innovations are having issues, struggling with culture, tradition, and that. So the reason why it's still thriving in Nigeria, as it were, is number one, uh, we do not give room to drop what we used to know. Only, yes, we do not give room for that. I want to believe that is something that we should pass on to the next generation. Yeah, and that's what is even happening now. We want to pass it on. And those who seems to escape, we have something we call escape velocities in physics. Those who seem to escape and they bring back a new ideology, it seems different and strange. So innovation is not gaining too much ground, as it were, because we want to hold on to what we know. So that is the situation concerning medical.
Why do you think that information is, it goes faster than the normal record in nature?
But bad news travel far. Should not look anywhere. Even go and check the news this month if you want to, or even on Facebook, on social media. Just drop something back. People, it will go viral. So the medical myth we are talking about, to them, do not sense like a bad thing. However, for those who are bringing the innovation, it seems that these people, their eyes are yet to be open. So we become bad with their high legs. So we are dealing with those who have art knowledge, art-picked knowledge, or those who don't have. All right. So misinformation strengthens what they want to accept. For instance, if you, as a medical practitioner, you do not know the truth, for instance, about doctor, okay, and they just have a little understanding about that. They said there's a blood group somewhere. Uh, if I'm whole, I can give blood to everybody. That's an half-baked information. It's not a total truth. It's a truth, but it's not total. So we are dealing with that. So what the medical myth is doing is damaging the what should have serve as a pivot for a transition into a new phase entirely. They will have it, yet it will align with what they used to believe. Especially, I don't know whether it has happened to you. When you want to gain a population, you don't want to lose them, and they ask you to deliver a message. Yoruba used to say that uh, ẹni tá a bá fẹ́ jẹ́ iṣẹ́ fún ilé ẹni tó rán ni là á bẹ̀rù. Now, but you are in the middle of both delivery of the information and the person that sends you. So you don't want to lose the two. So it's better I give them a little and I also report a little. So that's where misinformation thrives. Add information to people is equal to misinformation. All right. And sorry, I don't know whether I should dive into religion's aspect. Yes. All right. Abraham told that king that Sarah was a sister. Was it true? Well, I don't know. Yeah, it was true. You give her a sister. She was a sister. Well, at that point, what was she? She was a boy. So that is where the issue we are facing it. And that alone caused the king his laugh.
Yes.
And that's where we are taking to. When information is not complete, you are not the only one in danger. You are endangering the population. And they will think they are doing the right.
Right in here. So, hey, I mean, for a layman, I like to don't bring it up the aspect of a layman. Even to differentiate, how do I differentiate from medical myths and science or the truth basically? Okay, this person is saying, for example, now I'll tell you that cold because of the weather, it's raining now and half cold, you can have this, that, and lo and behold, what they've given us, what is in our head, more like the cultural belief is more like it's true. We are going out, you have to do. So how do I differentiate these things from the norm on this from science, then just aside, but this thing from things that are scientifically accurate? Yes, that's just it.
Uh, to differentiate it, number one, we still need to go back to uh, the people or the set of people that are giving information to people. That's a piece. But for a layman to understand the difference between the two is like who is giving you the information. So you must verify the source. You must check where the information is coming from. And the word thief talks about uh, professionalism. It talks about competency. It talks about experience. And even talks about fact, the proven fact of like the film. Science, that's where science acts. But the myth for a layman, like the example you have raised, they don't want to know what the science is saying, but what was transferred to them. And that's the reason why I talk about who is giving the information. Now, for a layman, I would rather believe in what you said to me because they are kids. So social relationship is what make mythology or myth stand very strong. Religious leaders play a significant role because they are leaders. So whatever they say, they believe is true. The father of the house Whatever the father of the house says becomes the truth. So who is giving the information matters. So it's just, it's not, in fact, it's a wide divide, but we'll look at behind the scene, who is the person that is getting the information? Where are you getting that information from? So for ordinary citizens, what we are saying to them is that you should be able to differentiate where the information you want to base your judgment on is coming on you. Whether it's a professional or a certified, there are some delegated assignments sometimes, and they give you something like a fact book. Right about now, WHO is doing that. Simplifying medical information to people in their own language, easy to comprehend. Yes. So they are doing that. If you check, what they call it, cat sheets. So about TB, about diabetes, about hypertension, fact sheets. So they will ask you which language do you want to download it. Yes. So available on their website.
On what else? WH. Yes, says that.
So it makes transition into science governed society more easy. So what we believe, what people tell us, whether it's true or not, stand with one leg on myth. And that's one of the things we should be a bit careful.
So this made that they because it's more aside less pulse of other medical ends aside. I know it's very because I work here at majors and the tech. I work at the ANC and I know how this has really affected the industry. Well and okay. Uh my friend when she was pregnant, she used this and definitely I can use it. So can you help us shed more light to how it can affect people or more how it has affected since you had experienced one or two. So and help us shed that is and how we can prevent this or how can it reoccurring.
We are currently moving to an era of personalized medicine, which the drug they use, no matter who we are, may not work for you, for your fairy tale. All right. But there are a lot of things that serve as a factor to all those myths that in Hausa, how many of us, I don't know whether we have, you lived in Hausa community on your what?
Yes.
You did. I sat in some fair states and before an Hausa man will accept your drug to, he will ask you, has he done you before?
To hear.
So if it has done you before, they will say, and this one is what you use, and you use it. So they believe like that. As simple as that is, that since it has happened to you before and you use a drug, it should work. But currently, we are moving into a personalized era of medical intervention, in which genetic variability matter most. They contribute to how people respond to treatment. So what we are saying is this: if you believe that what Sister A use is what I should use, there might be issues. Citing example of, I have been in a situation, ANC now, I have been in a situation in which I had to transfuse a patient with drug. I was there, I think, alongside with some medical personnel across around 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. And we have just one pint of blood. The person said he was O positive. We had O positive blood available. Said, he said, and we began transfusion. And along the way, he started having results. This person said was this. So when we began to do the cross matching and the lies, I mean, to look at what is the exact problem, we discovered that now what he said was actually very wrong. We have given another, we have to be looking for Lord Apostle. But the beautiful thing around it was that number one, we established what was not to give the right intervention. The challenge of myths is that they will not do that and it will delay intervention. So when it grows, it widens chances of perfections. So honestly speaking, currently we should uh, look more into that. And I really appreciate what you said. Yeah, what you are doing, uh, making people to understand what is important about getting information right from a right source. Uh, it's affecting millions of Nigeria. I think we are about 230 million population. I imagine like 29% of people are affected with this particular wrong thing.
That is how most will just cook. So
So sorry. I lost my tea. So the thing is, I noticed that people in the village kind of. I just want to chip in there because I mean they we actually want them to say it. So how do you think this affects them? Because they don't really get enough information compared to people in the urban setting, which is the cities. So how do we assist them? How do we get the right information there?
Well, the people in the village settle, um, and that's where community health practitioners should actually come. Um, we have a whole lot of intervention that they are doing based on their knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And I must put a fact very straight to us that majority of what we are using in science today started from good medicine.
Yeah, but nice.
But inappropriate guidance affects use, is not quantifiable, is not approved, is crude to kill his sex. And because they have been using it, it forms a tradition. It forms a cultural bias, and they want to stay with that. So it will be important that our community health practitioners, those who are certified, go into the community, engage them for free. And that's what we call community engagement. So you talk to them one on one about what it needs to know. And it should take a long time because it's difficult to want to take something from somebody, especially when the person knows that this is what has been passed down as a tradition. Take 2 cups of this particular mixture to say being fruit, maybe miscarriage, and they begin to take it. And instead of epi, it's damaging the kidney, it's damaging the liver, and it's causing case. So what we might need to be doing more is to tell them, yet medicine start from here, but it has advanced. Instead of you drinking 2 cups of his extract, it has been pelletized. So just take 2 pills. It saves you of unwanted contraindications or whatever risk associated with drinking others. So we need more engagement to tell people, and we can do that. We need to win the heart of those who are their leaders.
So also going to chip in that okay, can we, suppose that religion in quotes as can I think it's not most people believe in their religion leaders. Let me not put it out. Say wait, this can help. More like okay, because they believe that okay, it might either is doing this, then definitely is right because this person I see this person as my role model. So if I'm doing this, if this person is doing this and is right, definitely. This person can amp him or herself, right? And is a role model to a lot of people. Can I also try it? I think that's true.
Yeah, it's a very true thing. Every community, every house has a door, and you cannot access the room except you open it. So I'm even looking forward to inside AKF to organize a religious setup where we need to educate our religious leaders, because that's the truth. They hold larger percentage. I'm a pastor, a larger percentage. There, at least if all the co-breeders will not deliver, at least 50% will do.
Yes, that also.
So that is the area we need to educate them that they will be the one to do the communication. It's easier. You will just be standing behind there, and they will say, these are people that come here, and this is what they have told us. Don't use this particular thing again. Use this one instead. Don't when you are going to toilet, ensure you carry clean water to wash yourself up. Or they brought a small tissue. Use a tissue and wipe from front to the back or back to the front and thereabout. They give them proper information like that. And people say, okay, yes, yes. Yeah.
There's a step. There is a step I want our audience to get, uh, which is I don't want us to assume they all know what's meat. So can you help us cite example of this meat? Yeah. I don't want them to assume they know that it's meat. They say, please, can you let us know those examples? Because it is one thing to know what we're talking about, says that, okay, maybe I should have taken this water is what they're talking about. Maybe I should have taken this water is what they're talking about. I don't even know, but they kept saying, and science in law is this, meat is this. So please, I think, check it down.
Okay, sir.
Theories of it.
So before you answer that question, or be that should make me ask my question first. Okay, there's this belief in particular Nigerian communities that injection works faster than drugs. So is that scientifically proven that taking injections work faster than taking medicines? I would like to shed more light on that.
Take it easy. I mean, works faster than drugs.
Yeah. If I want to start with that, I would say it depends on what kind of drug they are giving. If we are talking about route of administration, we want to say those routes are faster, but they are not easily reversible. So that is where the post-health challenge. Perhaps they have been given wrong administration. It enters into their systemic circulation straight. And yes, I've been into a situation when people say, in fact, I was with somebody yesterday. He said, I said, what happened to you? In fact, before I said, I've gotten like 3 injections. What happened to you that you take 3 injections? He said, I was just having headache and they said I should have injection. And these 3 is, who are the people that gave these 3? And that's where the problem lies. So injections sometimes can work faster if it is a right proportion given, or they are supposed to be removed and right medication or intervention. It's okay. All right. But if it is not something that is right, it poses a challenge and it should be given under a medical guide. So that is where that acts.
So I have another myth again here. Okay. Another myth is that sugar causes diabetes. That just taking lots of sugar alone causes diabetes. I won't trace that particular.
Is it, like we say, is a myth because we have many conditions that causes diabetes. All right. You will discover that several people will take several sugar and yet they will not come down with diabetes. So I'm saying to our audience, wherever you are watching from, is diabetes is a multifactorial disease. That means it can occur through several means. Taking sugar may predicate or present some people to habits. But it is not that taking sugar causes diabetes. No. It's just one of that myths, those myths that we need to demystify.
I don't know me.
Okay.
Let's see.
That was is fans and AC cause kata. Like if you just eh, if you're in a place where there's the AC is on, or you're in a place where there's a fan, you will have kata the next day after you sleep and wake up. Like, how true is that?
Well, have you been on that one?
Yes, I've been on that one many times, and I did not come. Okay, maybe probably there's just a coincidence. I end up having kata. My mom is actually my mom. Yeah, there's be like, okay, it's gonna be fun, and the fan was all the AC will not made you out a particular condition, either a cold or a catarrh. I would be like, no, catarrh is caused by microorganisms, like germs. Like, nah. From time began, that it has always been fun. And what is catarrh? So I want to contribute to this. Yeah, so I want us to revisit this autograph. Is also I'm asking this question.
Well, there are some things that predisposes you to having catarrh. Whether under fan, under dust, under whatever. Now, it is believed that if you are immunocompromised, what I mean is that your immune system is weak. So even if you don't sit under fan, you can catch catarrh. But what we are saying is this: there are some things we call catarrh that are not even catarrh. All right, that's another angle to the myth. It may be that the person is having a sign of pneumonia, breathlessness, or clogging of the nasal cavity. And it's not catarrh. Catarrh is, you can't just say that's catarrh. It has an underlying condition. So, personally, I love AC. My room, my work, my car. It's sick. But there is another danger to that: pneumonia. You understand? It predisposes us to have it. Those in the other climates, you can see them, they are always very kitted. Just not, number one, they want to prevent what we call hypothermic situation, in which they cannot survive under extreme cold. So we have other conditions like that are associated. But it's not, like I said, it's more or less like other diseases that are multibacterial. You cannot link an incident just to a condition.
So see, sir, for this pneumonia that you say, is there a simpler way that you can break it down to our audience? For example, our mom, I don't know if she'll get to know what pneumonia yes, okay. Like a simpler um way, yeah, that you can list, because I'm very sure of it, if they're watching this and they'll be like, okay, so and I'm under what's AC.
Otutu, yeah. That's the back only. It's a code as it. That was a matter of it.
This is pneumonia in that. Pneumonia actually is also is well settled. Is an infectious. It has an attachment with infection. Okay. More importantly, it affects the lungs. Okay. When those bacteria begin to cause inflammation and they releases their whatever and endotoxins, the toxic materials, they clog together. They clog around the ear passage, they block it. But it's not just in a day. It's over a period of time, they'll be working. So if you continue the habit that enhances their production, 30%, you will see that they will say, okay, drink hot water. It's not that the hot water is curing them, but what the hot water is doing is removing the flame that they produce. All right. Now, if it removes the flame, it does not say that they will not repeat it. When you take your drug and you take the hot water, it's a good glaze. All right, because there are some. Okay, so because there are some no people believe that once Shibi is amoxicillin, it's a you take amoxicillin and refuse to stop the habits. The amoxicillin will do one time effect, but it will come back. You will now say the amoxicillin is not working.
No. Yes, we use that it depends.
So because and that will be leading us to another myth. See,
Antibiotic consumption, does it kill all diseases? Yes, because when people have, they said all infectious diseases are cured by antibiotics. Some years, no. Viral infections, you have their drug. Fungal infection, you have bacteria, do have. So you cannot put a one drug therapy to all form of diseases. So currently we are shifting into antimicrobial resistance. A sample was brought to my facility. I'm a private organization, Duff, and the person has been there before. We were privileged to see a little sensitive drug, one of those antibiotics that was sensitive to that kind of pain. But as at the time the person already told me, all of them were blockables. That means a blockout, no resistance. I mean, no sensitivity. All of them resistant is posing the person to a large volume of threat, risk to death. There is no drug to treat. And that's the reason why people are now going back to the first generation antimicrobial therapy to cure the disease. Because we have used the part, one of the most abused antibiotics in Nigeria is ciprofloxacin. Yeah, they say Cipro, and they have fake Cipro. Metronidazole. Just you see, because yeah, there was someone that his baby has this cough consistently. I said, use Septrin. Use Septrin.
Like this?
I don't know what is Azul or what do you call it? Septrin, you know? No, Septrin. Now, the person used the Septrin on system. At some point, he said the Septrin is not working. But it is resistance. Does that have resistance? No resistance. It has pure resistance over a time that drug is no longer working. The same drug work for another person, but it's not working for it. Because this bacteria, they have what we call genetic resistance or genetic mutations that happens that made them to change their configuration to antibiotic. What is that you are using? So we are saying to the public now, if you must take a drug, let it be censored, let it be guided, see that it will not lead to resistance.
This is a question. Now, when people will take the iron paralysis on particular medications, then they just stop. Probably after they start feeling better. What effects does that particular thing have on that person's health? For example, you have malaria, to prescribe some particular drugs to you from the hospital. You get to use it in the morning, use it in the night. You would relax to use this for 1 week or maybe 3 days. And after the pot, you start feeling better. You stop.
Honestly, I can bet it with TV. It has happened to me before.
Good last
That's the danger of drug usage. If you do not complete the therapy, you think you feel well, you are creating a rule for the organism to reorganize themselves. Let's take for instance malaria. When you take an anti-malaria drug, anti-malaria, whenever you take it, it's supposed to, number one, treat you of your infection and also go to to where they are stored and move them out. The first relief you get is about your system. It's not about their storage. So if you fail to continue or finish the drug, you allow the ones in the storage system to come out. Wow. So once they see that you are a bit low in terms of the immune system, they just push themselves out. I treated malaria last week. I treated, but you didn't complete drug. Oh, that's worse. So, aside the fact that we have the danger of fake drug being introduced in the system, we have low compliance in fulfilling your own side, even to the drug you are using. So, those are the issues that causes increased resistance in whatever treatments that we are doing currently. And a lot of people are affected. People died cheaply because of that. And right about now, I think we have close to 994,000 deaths of malaria per year in Nigeria.
Despite the fact that we have most treatments.
So it's an increased form of it's widest danger. Right.
So, sir, what about people that use this they're having headache, a just call to your pharmacy. Once case is they prescribe drugs for themselves, despite informing them of the disadvantages of these things. Because my mom owns a pharmacy, so whenever they come, they are their own doctors. So they just come and be like, "I need flagyl, I need Cipruf. Why? Why do you need it?" They don't even want to look it up. Like it's more like a free consultation, but they are not even interested. They just want to come, give me this. This is what I want. A woman lost her child because of that. You came to the pharmacy, they even tell her, okay, this is what is happening to my son. He just came to buy drugs and the child just died. So what do you think we can just keep telling them to do? Because awareness, we're already telling them about these things, but it seems like they are not interested. So what do you think we can still do for them to, listen that, okay, this thing is actually dangerous?
Well, for me, I think we still need more engagement because sometimes you cannot stop the bird from flying, but you can stop them from nesting over your bed. More awareness, more sensitization. The Thank God you are doing that on your side. Some stores are not doing so. People are in between what they want to feel than what intervention you want to bring about. So, and that's the data. So, if we collaborate together and have more information to people about it, you can even call some of them our brand ambassador. You give them a kind of a whisper. Okay, this is what I think you should do. But yeah, they say you should do it. Yeah, let's look into it.
When did you have this? When did you have this? I said, wow, you haven't done it.
Sincerely yours, I've witnessed not 10 not 20 that have had to withdraw certain medication. Let me tell you a real life story. I was privileged to be in a setting where the person was medically healed and was admitted. I'm a medical lab scientist. I look at the data that flows in the laboratory. A day they brought the person to the lab for renal function test, specific. I checked the profile and I saw it. The day one of admission, I check. Day two, day three. On day four, the patient slipped into coma. All right. So I saw that the graph was increasing. I didn't know why I became interested in the case. I plotted the graph about the results with the improvement that they are having. I saw that is a is not matching. So I went to the director. I said, "Can you kindly give me the drop chart of this person?" And the director said, "Well," I said, "Sir, I just want to correlate what we are doing. At least we are a team in the system." So he said, "Okay, oh yeah, get it." So I look at the chart. I saw a particular draw that were given to this patient. The patient is already going to kidney disease already. It's coming out of kidney disease. So I saw it. Just advise the medical director, "Sir, if you can give me this trial, I would like us to give it a choice." I said, "Sir, I'm not I'm not instructing, but I will advise that you withdraw these antibiotics for the next 5 days." They said, "It's dangerous." I said, "Please, sir, supplement that patient on fluid. Let the fluid be running, dextrose, let it be running, or remove these antibiotics." And lo and behold, he just instructed those people. He said, "Remove it." And you see, it was not just like playing game, but we are making a serious decision. So immediately we stopped that. In fact, before the night fall, the patient recovered from conscious from coma to return back. And not only that, we quickly re-examined. We saw that the kidney parameters started dropping. So I now went further to check the impact of the drug on those who have compromised organ dysfunction. So I saw that number one, this is imparting more danger. So we withdraw it. I'm telling you, the patient recovered back within this. The danger of it was that immediately the patient recovered, he was discharged. The next medical visit, he said, "I will not go to any place or except you." He sent me to you. I left the facility. The patient followed me to that facility, to another place. I said, and his states in between, states. He traveled, he said, until you said I should do it. So when we engage patients more with about their life, they will see that you are not more interested in what you want to gain. You want them to be well. And that is where science will beat the myth. All right. This is what they hold very dear. This is what we are bringing on board. We want to change the game, or it will not be overnight. It will be a sacrifice. It will be risk. What I did was risky. It doesn't support. Medical science does not support that. They want to do all the best. They want to give all the antibiotics, but we need to balance it, and that is where that hurts.
Oh, but this is just scary. I so want to just give one or two what is if it's two in one end question, and this is going to be like the final question. And how should we come in? No, let me just say healthcare professionals in general. How can they help? And that is me. Then the second one is what is the advice you would give people outside or the audience watching us? So it's more like the A and B question. Yes.
What there are few advice I want to front. The first one is healthcare professionals. We are banned with hypocritical,
Hmm.
but few of us engage in this space. I want to charge just the healthcare professionals that will listening to this podcast that we need to do more than what we are doing. Go beyond bench, go beyond the bed, go beyond the desk. Ensure that the life that you are caring for matters. All right. You don't shout on your clients, you govern them with psychology. You look at how they are thinking, what they are going through. economic burden has worsened a lot of things. And if they are nowhere treated, it increases the burden of the economy on there. So all healthcare professionals should come up together. Enough of this crisis in healthcare system is not helping the society. So that is the first step. Healthcare professional also should be re-educated because we want to stay on the way we used to treat. One TDS, one the manual, and science is going far beyond that. So if you are staying like yesterday, I had to cancel a woman to withdraw a particular drug and stay on the one they are giving. I look at her condition before I proceed that. So we should re-educate ourselves in the eras of innovations that are ongoing. So every one of us will have the role to play. Thus, then government need to help. Provide a system that supports good medical intervention. And to the general public, honestly, if you delay acceptance of scientific truth, you are only creating a danger you wait, room for a danger in with. So we want to say to everyone that scientific education, especially medical scientific education, medical science education, is a must for everybody on the streets. Learn one or two things about the drug run of take. Ask questions. Engage the. In fact, ask the same question 2 times to be sure. To be sure. Then, if you are the type that you want to use drug without consultations, we want to advise you to think twice because the body is more than what you can absorb. Somebody came to my facility was referred from one hospital here in Ibadan to Bosho. Because of what I do, which I don't know whether it's we. I don't want to mention. Okay. So it was referred, and we had to cancel on that. He said yes. What we believe, even if I believe he is it, going to have agreed. The condition was totally reversed. Today the person is ill and here. So I'll counsel all the community people, everyone on the streets, wherever you're listening to inside healthcare, it's time for us to change our perspective about certain medical interventions, belief systems, our tradition, what they told us, the culture we want to hold on to. We need to re-engineer our mind because life is more complex. If you fail to live your life now, somebody will live it. And whether you like it or not, it will create a burden on the family that you get. So it's about time we change everything holistically. Let's get the information right. Let's ask questions. Let's think through. Let's finish. Let's comply. And let's also be an ambassador because the healthcare professional cannot do it alone. Everyone has a role to play out in all of this. So thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, sir. Probably when
Such an interesting session. So we have a precious diary we normally fake. Like it's security test. Some is it okay? Yes, said it.
And then press is still to up. Still. Say I'm
Peter, so the right the is happened to this
Because you have, after you film, you can't conspirate. Well, this is kappa. Big likes from okay. Likes from okay.
Well, I put something here that science thrives where it is properly shared. So every one of us, we have a lot to pay. Not just, you know, somebody say a grave is full of written books. It may what Inside AK is doing today is changing the norms. I believe this will go out to educate this about how we need to check those beliefs. And it's a gradual but the journey starts from someone. So thank you. It's a privilege to be.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, and yeah, so
I mean, you put every person. I just so call you number. Such that's your six. Yes. There's the option.
So it's a wrap on this episode. And this is still Inside Healthcare Podcast, where every voice matters. This is Sims signing out. See you in our next episode.
Thank you. Bye.